Okay, hi friends. This is Jessica, and I am, if you are part of my group coaching online, then this is the video I was promising you as to how to get the most out of your nutritional assessment questionnaire and the feedback that it gives you through the symptom burden graph and using your online food and mood journal to help me really be able to coach you in the best way possible. So I'm going to go right into this. I'm going to screen share my computer with you here. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to know. You're going to get an email from me, okay, and it is going to say it's me through the Nutri-Q system. So it's going to look like this. And it is my girl here, her name is Jessica Sample. So hello, Jessica. So Jessica TyNTP would like you to sign up to use Nutri-Q. So you're going to go down here and click on this little link. And it is going to bring you into, I already signed up, so it's going to take you to the client sign up. It's going to take you to a disclaimer page. You have to fill out that, you just have to read the disclaimer, initial that you did it, and then it'll take you where you'll sign in. You will assign yourself a password, and then this is how you'll log into the system every time. So I've already, so this is my to-do item, so I already had one in here as well. That was the NAQ, the NAQ, Nutritional Assessment Questionnaire, and I completed the NAQ for Jessica Sample here. And the food and feeling log, I've paused that, so I inserted, I did breakfast this morning. Jessica Sample had whole eggs, sauerkraut, bacon, and sausage, and I went ahead and did that. So I've paused that. Let me kind of show you where you'll go. So if you want to log something in this system, you will log in a meal or a snack. You'll just click on that. It'll give you today's date. Then you take the time. So you could do this throughout the day. Every time you have something, if you're at work or something, you think about it, you could leave this, this up on your computer and type that in. You'll select a meal type, what meal it is, what time of the day. I'm going to bump this up. Let's just say I had lunch at 1, and let's say I'm going to have, let's do leftover. I'm going to have some steak and leftover broccoli cooked from the night before. And I'm going to go down here and say it's serving size, a regular amount of broccoli and a regular amount of steak. And then I'm going to submit that meal. Okay. Then you can go to view your log if you want. And it shows me what my breakfast was, my lunch. Maybe I want to log something about that, a feeling or a note. So I'm going to go, maybe I'm going to go in at 10 a.m. or let's see, let's bump it up to the lunchtime and just say that, actually, let's say about a half an hour after lunch, I'm saying I feel bad. Not really sure why, but I can just say, let's see, gas, indigestion. Oops, if I could spell. Bloating. Oops, gosh. Okay, so, and I'm just saying like, I don't know why, but every time I eat, I feel like this, okay? So I'm just going to submit that, okay? Then I'm gonna look at my log. So, so when I go in as your practitioner, I'm gonna go into my side of things. Oops, sorry about that. Let me move this. This thing is just right in my way. All right, so I'm gonna go up to my practitioner side of things, and this is what I see. So I'm looking at Jessica Sample here as one of my active clients, and she doesn't have any notes entered into these sections. I don't think I had this particular client set up for these, but I'm going to go into her food and feeling log, and this is what it looks like on my side of things. I can read what she says to me. So, oh, she's feeling bad, not sure why. Here was her lunch. There's the breakfast. You can see I already entered in some comments for her breakfast. So let's say, okay, she had steak and broccoli cooked. Okay. And then she tells me that she's feeling bad. This is indicating to me, just looking through her day so far, she's getting gas and bloating and not feeling good every time she eats. So maybe I'm going to then add a client or a comment that Jessica can read later. And I'm going to say, hey, are you still taking your HCl sup with your meals. How many are you up to? If so. Okay, so then I'm just going to submit this and send this to Jessica Sample here. And so when she goes back into her system later, so this is on my system, it says this, on her system later, she'll go in here and let's say she wants to review her log. Oh, look, Jessica responded to me. Jessica, Ty did. She says, oh, hey, are you still taking your HCL pills? How many are you up to? Then maybe my client here says, oh, no, shoot, I totally forgot about taking those HCL pills. That's right, I was supposed to be taking those. Then she can let me know that. And for me, what that's going to tell me is, okay, she's not taking those. So we were thinking she needed some HCL support and that was going to help her. And we're probably still on the right track. She just hasn't been taking those as we've kind of suggested she take them. So we're going to go back to the drawing board there, let her get on track with that, see how that starts making her feel, and then we can make some additional changes if we need to while she's kind of going through this, because there are some other things that we could do to help to eliminate this bloating. But what we're trying to do is with this food log and this kind of going back and forth information, what we're trying to do is determine like what is the underlying cause here? Like, what is it? Is it what she's eating, or is it what's going on internally that's keeping her from feeling well no matter what she eats? Like, what is that? Or is it some other environmental or lifestyle influence that we're not even realizing? Like, she hasn't told me yet, like, where did she eat that meal? But my next question, or probably even in that comment, would have been, where did you eat? Were you eating? Did you work through lunch? Were you eating at your computer while you were working? Like, because that's going to tell me she was in a sympathetic state, not a parasympathetic state, and she's not going to be able to well digest that food and use those nutrients. So these are things that, you maybe don't think about normal, but when you have somebody like a coach that's helping you through these things, you can go, oh yeah, duh, I know. She told me not to eat in front of the screen, and here I am eating in front of the screen. And just that one little tweak can make you, can make everything change. And it's just something that you just needed somebody to say to you, hey, why don't you just take half an hour, walk away from the computer screen or close your computer down and sit, get into a nice parasympathetic state, take a moment to enjoy your food, be grateful for your food, just kind of, disconnect for a few minutes. So anyway, back to my practitioner dashboard. Actually, let's go back to the client dashboard. Okay, so as a coaching client, you're going to be back in here. Okay, so let's say, okay, great, you've read this, that's super. Well, you also have the ability to go to, oh, I don't think it's in charts. Sorry, wrong one. You also have the ability to go in, and if you go to this to do, oh shoot, it's not in the to do. Hold on, this happened to me before, and I have to remember how to do this. Maybe it's in tools. Oh, it's in the dash, I think. Sorry guys, bear with me for a second, because I had to figure this out. I'm used to using this on my side of things, but I don't use this on I don't use this on the client side of things. So I'm going to finish that. Okay, so you can hit finish, and then you can go ahead and hit next to go through and do another food and mood log. But if you'd like to pause this to do item and go back to your list, please click here. So this is what you need to do. You'll go in the to do, and then you want to hit the click here, and that is going to allow you to then look at your nutritional assessment questionnaire, or your NAQ, which this is really, I love this, it's really awesome. You can look at this as a line graph, or a line chart, or a bar chart. So I just happen to like the line, because you can, when you do more of these, so you can do these again, I usually suggest to wait like 2 to 3 months in between them, but then you can get this to actually overlay on your screen, like any things that have been changed. So for Jessica's sample here, she is got a little bit of upper GI stuff, liver, gallbladder stuff. So, and some, small intestine's looking good, but large intestine she's got a little bit of issues with some of these things going on that are indicating that her digestion is really what we need to be focused on. But it's not so much like, it might not just be so cut and dry as it's just digestion. It's like I was just saying, it could be that she is not in a sympathetic or a parasympathetic mode when she's trying to eat. It also could be that her, I'm seeing an issue here with minerals. She's got a little bit of she's borderline moderate priority on her mineral status. She may just not have what she needs to be able to make the hydrochloric acid or the other digestive enzymes that she needs to be able to have in order to have proper digestion. So this is a downstream issue here. She's got, large intestine, colon, she's having a lot of issues, but that doesn't mean it's just large intestine. This could be starting in her stomach, her upper GI tract, and then, coming through to having the biggest issues here in the large intestine. So these are all things that I'm going to be able to look at and be able to, try to take all of this as a whole, including the logging information that you're giving me and the symptom burden graph to kind of see like, okay, and this is also great for you as the client, like you're able to look at this and see like, okay, I see where I'm having some issues here. Now, on my side of things, as a nutritional therapy practitioner, I am then able to go up here and I can look at your data. Data and to-do items here, and I'm going to pull up your symptom burden graph. Now, it's going to give me the same view that it's giving you, which is great. But then what I also get is I get client recommendation report and I get a symptom burden report. So this stuff is really fun for me to be able to look at. And without going through every single question, I'm able to just kind of look at, okay, here are some of the things that are really top priority for this gal. According to this readout on this system, like there could be some hypoglycemia, sugar handling going on here. She's got some potential issues with that. Maybe some dysbiosis, some gut dysbiosis or yeast overgrowth. Like that could be where a lot of this problem is coming in. So the hyperchlorhydria. So this is HCl need. So her stomach she's not producing proper hydrochloric acid to be able to digest specifically proteins well. So, the large intestine dysfunction, there could be some adrenal function going into that. So this is where I am able to really look at this, see how all of these things interact, and then be able to be like, okay, this makes sense. Like, she's got some mineral deficiencies over here that she's having, issues with. Well, some of these mineral deficiencies are a direct correlator as to why some of these other things are happening on this other side of things. So it really helps me be able to dig in and get a better look at these things. Also, I can look at this client recommendations report, and this is something that I could send to my client with notes that I could then say, okay, here's some things that I really want you to look at. So beta TCP. So this is a supplement. These are all supplements. And when I'm looking at these supplements, there are other things that we can do that won't require a supplement necessarily, but that I can help you as a client be able to put some different lifestyle things into place or some different nutritional changes into place that could help you with this. So, again, we've got the low blood sugar in between meals. So this could have her craving things, feeling like she's, low energy and she needs a coffee or some kind of pick-me-up throughout the afternoon. So instead, we can get her some other things. And there are other things that I could do to help her with this. This Hydrozyme, this is a hydrochloric acid supplement. And this is helping her to be able to produce the right amount of hydrochloric acid, which her body will eventually be able to do once we get the minerals correct. So knowing what minerals she's deficient in and being able to help her with that and be able to kind of go through these. And so these are some kind of things that the computer spits out, which is great. And it's really helpful as a nutritional practitioner to be able to look at these things and say, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I would do that too. But then for the human side of things, for me to be able to look at it and say, okay, I see why it would tell me to do that, but I really don't want her to have to take, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, or 14 pills with every meal. I really want to be able to, here's some other lifestyle things and some nutritional changes that we can make, but then I think maybe she should take this supplement, and that would help her really be able to jumpstart, get the results she's looking for, start feeling better, being able to make this a new lifestyle, get on the right track, those type of things. So that's how I, in general, would work with someone one-on-one, and how I'm able to do this and the group coaching session, and still be able to give you guys this information. So again, you'll have the symptom burden graph. You'll be able to do this food and mood log, where you can then go in and log or view your log and see like my comments on this. So as your coach in this group coaching scenario, I will be doing these comments at least once a week. So if you keep a log every week, you don't have to do it every day, but the more information you give me, the better. Then I will be able to go in there and give you some little notes, some little comments, some things to just be like, hey, I think you're on the right track. Yes, that's good. Or like, hey, remember I said we need to do this, and make sure you're doing that. Or, hey, I'm seeing that this is happening. Are you getting your water in every day? Like, just little reminders, little tweaks, things that a coach does, right? So these are the things that I'll be working with you guys on. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you kind of what it looks like for me to be able to go in and do this, why it is so helpful. You guys don't need to go do any expensive blood tests. You don't have to, go to your doctor and get me all these results from things. Like, I'm not even going to look at those things. Like, what we're focused on is your nutrition as a foundation. Like, how are you being able to use your nutrition? How is your lifestyle affecting how you use your nutrition? Is your body able to get all the nutrients that it needs out of what you are eating? And how we can use all of this information to be able to get you the absolute most that we can, without you having to go and do all these very expensive external things. We can figure out a lot with this, and we can move the needle a lot. So you can be starting out with your symptom burden graph looking like this. We can have you doing another symptom burden graph in 2 to 3 months. And then you'll see, like, where did the changes come in? Like, did I have any changes in, were we able to move this downward in this large intestine area? Were we able to, we don't want any of these moderate priority things. We want all those moderate priority things to drop below that line. And we want to make sure that we're getting everything. So these vitamin and mineral needs, we need to get that in line for this person. The sugar handling, we need to get that in line. Pulling this large intestine, making sure that that is functioning better. So all of these things are things that we can do, again, just through this coaching and making some tweaks and changes along the way. And this helps me to know on an individual basis what are the things that you specifically need, and not just everybody as a whole. This is why everything is so individual. And I can't just say to you like, oh yeah, go keto, eat keto. That's going to be the answer to everything, because it's not. This particular person or any person, maybe the liver gallbladder is off the charts and they're really struggling in the liver gallbladder. Well, I wouldn't want to put you on a ketogenic diet where you're going to be eating super high amounts of fat, and your liver and gallbladder are clearly already having issues. Like, they're already in a high or a moderate priority for us to kind of come alongside and help and figure out what's going on. You don't want to slam your liver and gallbladder with fats that then it has to try to figure out what to do. It's already underperforming. It's already stressed. And that is just an additional stress. So when I see people that say, I'm not losing weight, or I've plateaued, or everybody else seems to be doing great on keto and it's never really worked for me and I feel worse and, whatever, then I immediately go to thinking, well, you've got liver gallbladder things going on. Maybe it's detoxification. If we see those things tied with like kidney and bladder, then I'm thinking, okay, maybe you're struggling with detox. Like we need to get things cleaned up before we can go trying to introduce some new way of eating or some new things. Or just being able to give your liver gallbladder some assistance. Like, maybe you no longer have a gallbladder where you can totally eat fat. That's not a problem, but you need to be able to help support your liver and gallbladder, your liver specifically, because now it is trying to make all of the bile to emulsify that fat, and it has no storage tank in the gallbladder anymore. There's no gallbladder. So there's things that you can do to assist that, to make sure that that is not a stressor to your body and not causing you to actually end up retaining more weight than actually losing it. So there's lots of nuances. There's lots of little things that we can do. And this is why working with a professional that understands this stuff, like a nutritional therapy practitioner or another type of certified or a nutritionist that has some type of degree and that really understands how these things work, like the actual symptom burdens in your body, like the symptoms of the burdens, and like how we can work on this and how we can help assist the body and get things kind of back on track, right? Not just a blanket, like, yes, everybody should be vegan or everybody should be keto or everybody should be paleo. I mean, I think there's some universal truths that everybody should be eating whole foods and as least amount of processed foods as possible. And probably everybody should be avoiding processed dairy and wheat and sugar, just because we should. There's all kinds of reasons that we'll go into in coaching, and you guys can certainly ask me all those questions and I'm happy to talk to you about them. But there are some universal truths, but then everything else is very nuanced, and you need to have somebody that can really help you understand why this is working for someone else and it's not working for me, and how do I get on track? Otherwise, you just keep running into the same wall, and it gets so frustrating and so irritating. And I think that's where people throw in the towel and say, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. This is not working. I'm so frustrated, and I guess I'm just broken, and I'll just go back to being miserable and overweight and have no energy, and that's just going to be my life. It doesn't have to be. We were all made to function perfectly, and there are ways that we can assist our body to function as well as we can in the environment that we are living in today. Okay. So I hope that helps you guys. And if you have any questions, be sure to reach out and let me know through the Wellness Insiders group that you all my group coaching clients are part of. Be sure to reach out and ask me any questions there, or I look forward to seeing you in the next group coaching session, and you can ask me any questions you have there, and I'm super happy to answer them and help you guys through this. I want to come alongside you in this journey, and I want it to be very positive for you, and I want to see you really be able to make some super positive changes in your life. Okay? Thank you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.